Now, what is input tax credit? Now, this is a very good example where normal registration is beneficial and why people go for normal GST registration procedure, because input tax credit of GST they get. For example, say a builder or developer. Now, a developer is having a choice that he can go for, say, composition, or he can go for this normal registration. There are many dealers, developers, builders, they go for normal registration because they know that they can get input tax credit, and there are so many other uh, dealers also they go for, because the input tax credit, that is the GST paid on purchase side, is available to them when they are supposed to pay GST to the government on the value of sales or supply of goods and services. We'll see in detail this example. So what is input tax credit? Input tax credit is the GST paid on the purchases of taxable goods and services, which could be availed as a deduction from the GST payable on the supply side of taxable goods and services. It is only applicable to registered dealer, obviously, because where registered dealer is there, he will charge GST in his bill, and from that GST, he will minus GST paid on purchase side. Now, input tax credit is applicable only on the output side. That means on the output side, if the GST is not applicable, input tax credit is not available. For example, say when the goods are stolen, when the goods are stolen, that person who is actually stealing the goods, he has not taken from us goods, and we have made him invoice and GST is levied. So when the goods are going out of the business and they are stolen, so there is no GST on the goods stolen levied, because it can't be levied. So when there is no GST on the output side, when the goods are going out of the business, say whether they are stolen or whether they are given as free gifts and samples or whatever, or they are lost by fire, etc. So when these type of transactions happen, and then there is no GST on the output side, there is no question of input tax credit. uh, it is not available, I said, when they are gifted goods, distributed as free samples, goods are stolen, etc. So it is applicable only to registered dealer, and it is for the GST paid on the purchase side, for deduction from the GST payable on the output side, that is supply of taxable goods and services. Let us take example. Now this is the order, and this order one has to understand, because GST cannot be availed in any order. Now government has given this order, so in this order only you have to avail whatever GST input tax credit you are having to your credit in the name of GST paid by you on the purchase side. Now, when IGST is payable, means the transaction between two states, or it is two different union territories, or one state and union territory. So you know entire GST will be IGST. So that dealer will bill entire amount as IGST, and from that IGST, that input tax credit, the IGST credit which he is having it to his account, that is to be deducted first. So for IGST payable, first IGST input tax credit is to be availed. After that, one can avail CGST balance if it is there on the purchase side. And after that, if some GST, IGST is still remaining payable, one can take HGST and UTGST. That means for IGST payable on the supply of taxable goods and services, first IGST is to be availed as input tax credit, then CGST is to be availed as input tax credit, and then HGST and UTGST are to be availed as input tax credit. This is only for IGST. When it is for CGST payable, when the transaction is within the state, then 50% is CGST, 50% is HGST. When the transaction is within the same union territory, 50% CGST, 50% UTGST. So in that case, when 50% that CGST is payable, from that CGST, first we have to avail input tax credit for IGST balance. And if that is not sufficient, then only we can go for CGST input tax credit. But in no case against CGST payable, input tax credit balance of HGST and UTGST cannot be availed, because central and state government, the revenues are different. That's why they don't want to adjust their revenues against each other. So for CGST payable, first IGST input tax credit, and if still some CGST is payable, then one can go for input tax credit of CGST. That's all. No further input tax credit in the name of HGST, UTGST can be availed. Now coming to HGST, when HGST is payable, first again IGST is to be availed, and if IGST credit is not sufficient, then for balance HGST payable, HGST input tax credit is to be availed. Again here, for HGST, CGST and UTGST cannot be availed as input tax credit. And the last thing, for UTGST payable by Union Territory dealer, first again IGST is to be availed as input tax credit, and if for balance UTGST payable, UTGST credit of ITC could be availed, but no HGST and CGST could be availed. Let us see these examples. Now in this example, see the first column, 90,000 IGST was payable. So there was 25,000 in the name of IGST input tax credit that we availed. Still, 65,000 balance IGST is payable. For that, 30,000 CGST input tax credit is availed. And out of that, now for balance, HGST, UTGST total 20,000 is availed. And after that also, some IGST remains payable. So that 15,000 IGST is to be paid by the dealer. In second example, when CGST was payable, say 80,000 rupees, against that 30,000 IGST input tax credit available is availed. Then for balance CGST 22,000 available was availed. Now here no HGST and no UTGST input tax credit could be availed. So from 80,000, when 30,000 IGST is subtracted and 22,000 CGST is subtracted, balance 8,000 CGST is paid by the dealer to the government. Then for HGST payable of 70,000, say 35,000 input tax credit was there in IGST, which we have fully availed. Then for balance 40,000 HGST balance is there. So now there are two cases. Now 70,000 minus 35 balance is 35. So 35 you can avail, and then there will be no GST payable. Or if you want to avail entire 40,000, then 5,000 more is there. So for that you can ask for refund. Normally what government is actually doing, government is saying that this you can avail for the next transaction. So there is no need to claim refund. This balance 5,000 HGST input tax credit could be availed for the next transaction. Last transaction, UTGST payable 60,000, against which IGST 40,000 is availed as input tax credit. Balance UTGST input tax credit we are having 35,000. So again we can avail 20,000 here, and there will be no GST payable. And if you avail 35,000 entire GST, suppose that is the last transaction, you are closing your business. There will be no next transaction, and since you are closing your business, for this 35,000, government has to give you GST refund of 15,000. These are the clear-cut examples of availing input tax credit and its order.